not entirely sure if this is working because I cannot see it on my computer screen at all. And I'm not entirely sure if people can leave comments, but we've been trying to fix this by making me an admin of the group. I'm not entirely sure if that is going to help. Ah, now I see it. Okay, can we actually have comments? Let me check. Can I see comments? Now I can see comments! Yay! Hello everyone! Don't you just love technical glitches? Alright, so welcome everybody. Only 9 minutes late, I apologise. Yeah, realised that I needed to actually be an admin of the group for the video to go live and for people to be able to comment on it. So Karen's made me an admin of the group. Thank you very much, Karen, for being there. And we'll get started on this video. So welcome everybody. Good morning to my friends in Australia. Good evening to my friends in America. Good late at night to my friends in Europe. Alright, so today, hey Nicole, how you going? Who have I got here? Let me have a look. Oh, Meg, how you going? Hi Lydia, hi Rita, hi Laurie. Hey Deborah, long time no see Deborah. Hey Holly, hey Jenny, nice to see you. Hi Tristan, hey Carol. Oh, no, this sounds very much like Romper Room. For those of you who are in Australia, do you remember Romper Room from when you were a kid and Miss whoever it was that was the hostess would say hello to everybody? Hey Deb, hey Trisha, nice to see you. All right, so today I am going to have a play with some paper glitz. So, if you've not seen paper glitz before, I am going to show you. Now, you've got to excuse my bottles. Some of them have got a bit of muck on the top, but paper glitz. The first one that came out was this one, which is called Sparkle. And Sparkle is by far my favourite one. It goes with everything because it's this white, but oh my God, the shine you get from this stuff. I wonder if I can show up closer to the camera on the bottom. All of this shine. So the paper glitzes are made by Picket and made in their own labs, and they use artist quality, really high grade materials. They all have a coloured base except for the Sparkle one, which has a white base. And then they have, the Sparkle has so much mica in it, it's amazing. And then they have glitter added as well. And some of them, all of them have lots of different types of glitter in them. So you can see this one is called Autumn Persimmon, and it's got reds and oranges and yellows. Beautiful. The Fall Golds is just amazing. It's a beautiful, rich gold. Oh, I can see we've got people from Philadelphia and from Arkansas and North Carolina and all over the place. This is the first time I've ever done a live like this, as you probably figured out because I was 9 minutes late. Yeah, actually looking at the comments and doing this is going to take me a bit to get used to. So please forgive me if I miss your comments. Anyway, we're going to have a play with this. Now, before we do, I just wanted to show you what you need to do with your paper glitz. Well, one thing you don't need to do, but I've done it. But one thing you absolutely need to do. Okay, so with my paper glitz, I have taken the thing that we are all thankful to Ken Maguire for. I have got some press and seal. And basically what I've done, so that the lid won't stick, because this particular product, it dries really hard. It dries like glue. So if you don't actually clean the edge of the sort of the rim of the container and the inside of the lid, it will stick and it'll make it really hard to open the lids. Now, I have arthritis in my hands, so I do find it really difficult sometimes to open lids just on anything, not just these. So I have basically sealed the top with some press and seal. I'm just going to leave that like that, and when I'm finished with the paper glitz, I will just put it back on again when I'm finished. Now, the thing that you absolutely, I mean, that's just my suggestion, my recommendation. But the thing you must do, and I'm going to show you on a different one here, the actual glitter and the mica actually settles out in these products. It's meant to. That's just the way it is. You need to mix it up. You absolutely have to mix it up before you use it. So, yeah, I just use one of these spatulas. I particularly like this pointy spatula. These are Picket Studios spatulas. But I know Lydia just uses a toothpick to mix hers up. But you always want to make sure that it is really well mixed up before you do anything. Now, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can apply Paper Glitz products to your card projects. Oh, Lenny, please don't get car sick. Please be careful and don't get car sick while you're watching me. Yeah, it is showing dedication, isn't it? Brianne, you absolutely need to order this Glitz. You absolutely do. And oh, the fact that Nicole bought out the Paper Glitz Sparkle, this white one, first was just genius because it goes with everything. But then she bought out a rainbow. Oh, she knows my heart. Nicole, you obviously know my heart. So thank you for bringing out a whole rainbow. Now, of course, you don't have to use all of them together. Now, you'll notice I pulled out a baby wipe. I always have baby wipes beside me when I'm using Paper Glitz. Also, when I'm using paper glaze, either. I always have these because I am a bit of a messy crafter. I mean, even yesterday I was using paper glaze, and I got a little bit on my sleeve. You don't want to do that. Notice I've rolled up my sleeves. It's winter here in Melbourne, so I've got my woolly jumper on, but I've rolled up my sleeves. Where was I? So what I'm going to do is I am going to create a spray with my Paper Glitz. Now, I actually did this a few weeks ago when I was testing this out, and here it is, and I've even labelled the tube. How good am I? Paper Glitz Sparkle in water. You can see it does settle out, but I made a mistake because I added too much of the Paper Glitz. And when I went to spray it, it sprayed twice and then it clogged up. So I'm going to try it again. Now, it might not be because I've added too much. It might just be this particular spray. This is, I don't remember, it doesn't actually have a brand name on it, this spray bottle. So it might be the spray bottle that's not coping. But I'm going to try it with a little bit less Paper Glitz. But this is not a dead loss. I'm actually going to show you how I'm using this later on, because I'm absolutely using this, but of course I need to shake it up. But I'm just going to, I've already got some just tap water in this bottle, and I'm just going to, I've already stirred up my Paper Glitz. I'm just going to take 1 scoop. Last time I took 2 quite big scoops, and I'm just going to put that in. And trying to be neat here. You can't see my face, but right now my tongue is sticking out because when I have to concentrate on things, my tongue sticks out. Alright, so I'm going to close that up and shake and shake and shake and shake and shake. Diane, could you use alcohol instead of water? I have used alcohol with other sort of shiny products in a bottle. I have not actually tried it with the Paper Glitz, but I mean, you know that as soon as I get off this video, I'm going to go and get my bottle of alcohol and try it. Now, this is going to take a bit to shake up. Because I can see it sort of catching in there, but I'm just gonna close this. Oops, I've made a mess already. See, look at me. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. But I'm gonna come back to this bottle a little bit later on because I'm gonna use it in another way. So I'm just gonna test this. All right. no, unfortunately nothing's coming out. And as I said, I don't know whether that is the bottle, the sprayer, or the paper glitz getting caught in it. I suspect it's the actual sprayer because it's just an El Cheapo sprayer, but I am still going to use what's in that bottle because you cannot waste this paper glitz. Oh, look at me, I'm all shiny. Can't complain about being all shiny. So let's actually get on to the project for today. So I've got a piece of white cardstock. I actually have already created a card base. So what I do is I take a US letter sized piece of cardstock, I score it at 3.5, I fold it over, I cut it off, and this is the bit that I have left. Okay, so the bit that I have left I can then cut down later on so that I have I can put it onto a Slimline card base, or I can cut it down even further and put it on a standard size card base. Alright, I'm going to use this stencil, which is the Slimline hand cut Snowflake stencil. I've already, you can probably hear it ripping off there, I've already added some spray temporary adhesive, and I'm just going to lay that down there. So I'm going to be using some Distress Oxide inks. So I've got Salvaged Patina and Salty Ocean and Blueprint Sketch, and I'm just going to add this fairly heavily all over the place, just in random spots, not really worrying too much about where I'm adding it. Okay, it's always good to do this. You get a good arm workout with your life-changing blender brushes. Okay. Oops, I just ink blended over my sticker. Oh well. But I mean, I ink blended it in blue. Everything is improved with a bit of blue, hey. Can you tell that blue's my favourite colour? Absolutely. And I'm just going to check on some... Oh, Ted McCleary, you always shine. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Carol, it's just you end up with stuff all over your hands, don't you? What have we got here? Alright, so I'm just going to add some Blueprint Sketch to darken it up a bit. Okay, so at this point in time, when I'm finished with my ink blending, this panel is going to be completely matte because the inks that I've used are not shiny in any way, shape or form. They are completely matte. Missed a little bit in there. But I'll just hold it up a little bit close so you can see. It's not shiny at all. It's just matte. It's just Oxide inks. Just going to clean up my workstation. Oh, my ink came off. Alright, and now I'm going to, oh, this is the best bit, the reveal. How satisfying is that? Oh, that stencil is just, I think probably a large proportion of my Christmas cards this year are going to have this stencil on it. But what I would then do is, if I actually get a spray bottle, I've got a couple of other spray bottles in my little stash here that have got stuff in them, but I haven't used them in ages, so I might empty them out and try them. But here's the one that I prepared earlier. But what I did with this one, because of course, even though it won't spray, probably because it's a dodgy spray bottle, I can still use it because, I don't know if you've ever done this, I've made sure I mixed it up really well. I'm going to pull out the spray mechanism and just flick. And I'm just going to flick drops of this paper glitz in water, and what I'm going to get is the water reacting with the Distress Oxide inks, so you get that lovely reaction happening, but the shine that you get from this paper glitz. Okay, Tristan's saying, I found shaking up and down blocked the nozzle on the cheap one, so maybe... Ah, that's a good tip. Yeah, I might try rinsing out the spray mechanism and then try again. But not now, because you don't want to be watching an empty screen while I go into the bathroom and empty it out. Now, of course, I've put splotches of paper glitz everywhere, but let me show you. Oh, look at that shine. See those little splotches? I mean, I don't even know how well it's showing up on the screen, but in real life, these just beam at you. The shine that you get from this paper glitz is just amazing. Amazing. So, and as I said, this particular colour goes with everything. So, yeah, it's great. So, what I'm going to show you now is, just like every good cooking show, here's one I prepared earlier. And where is it? I had a card. There it is. What I did with a panel identical to this one is I cut it down, I put it onto a card front, and that's what I came up with. So you can see on this one, I've got the shine of those splotches. I actually added a lot more. I'm going to go back and add more to these, but you don't want to see me do that for 5 minutes. Now, I'm going to show you how I got the shine on this Merry Christmas word topper die, because that's not just white, it's actually shiny and it's really smooth. But I will show you how I did that a little bit later on. And that panel, by the way, that I chopped off from that US letter, it just fit really nicely on my card front with just a little white border on either side. So I thought that was really good. Okie doke. Now, the second way I have been using this paper glitz, I'll just put my spray bottles out of the way and get a new piece. I'm going to use the same stencil, which has still got a little bit of adhesive left on it. Ooh, what's my computer screen doing? Alright, so this time I'm going to do the pattern a little bit differently this time. I'm going to put the paler colour in the middle. And fade out to the darker colours. Oops, my computer screen keeps doing really weird things. I have my computer, I have a laptop computer with a touch screen, and I've got it sort of propped up in front of me with just the touch screen. And every time I reach for an Oxide ink, I accidentally touch the screen. You can tell this is my first time doing this. I'm not an expert like Lydia or Nicole. Oh dear, and I certainly don't have the gorgeous nails like Karen has, so I feel like a very, yeah, really much like a newbie today doing this. Alright, so I'm just going to add some Blueprint Sketch. Of course, Blueprint Sketch up until this morning was my favourite colour of Distress ink, but I think most of you know what my favourite colour of Distress ink is now. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit around the edges. And just to be a bit different this time, what I'm going to do, because of course you don't want everything to look the same, so it's always good to mix things up. I'm going to take that stencil off and just lay it there. And I'm going to add some more of the Distress, oops, wrong brush. Some more of the Distress Oxide just over the top. So instead of getting the stencil part looking white, it's going to look tone on tone. Yes, Nicole, I remember the sticker and I keep ink blending over the top of it, but hey. Yeah, Kathy, I love these colours. Some of the newest colours are just stunning, aren't they? But, see, my favourite colour alternates between blue and rainbow. Because, yeah, rainbow is one of my favourite colours. And, of course, today, in this video, I'm going to be doing things with blue and green, obviously, today, but also with rainbow a bit later on. Because, yeah, you've got to do a rainbow. Alright, that'll do. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the stencil and put it back again. And it's not difficult to line it up. Not difficult at all. And even if it's not lined up perfectly, doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Alright, so that's that. Actually, I'm going to just gently wipe over that to just get rid of some of the ink that's on top of the stencil. Should have done that before I laid it back on again. Hey, shows how professional I am. Alright, now I'm done with those Distress inks. Now we get back to the paper Glitz, and it's still nicely mixed up, but I'm just going to give it one last little mix. Yeah, Tricia, you're not meant to tell them that. I mean, in a former life, I used to be a biology tutor at a university, so you really don't want to know the kind of things that I used to do under an overhead camera. I mean, some of you might be eating your dinner. You don't want to know what I did as a biology tutor. Yeah, thanks, Tricia. All right, so now I've got an old and dirty makeup brush. I've never actually used this as a makeup brush because I don't wear makeup, but I had them laying around, and this is going to be perfect for what I'm going to use it for. So I'm just going to dip it into my little puddle of paper Glitz. Actually, I'm going to need more. I'm going to need more. You're going to need a bigger boat. Alright. Because, yeah, more paper Glitz the better. Because the sponge is actually going to soak up a lot of the medium, the wet medium that the paper Glitz is in, and just lay down the sparkle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pounce on top, and I'm going to pounce a lot in the middle of the snowflakes, and then I'm going to move outwards so that the sparkle is going to be concentrated in the middle of each of the snowflakes, and it's going to fade out towards the edge. I'm even going to put some, just checking that I've actually got enough left on the dark blue. Oops, and then do the third one, lots of in the middle, and then fading out towards the edge. I actually use this technique. I don't know if any of you saw a card that I made last month or the month before. It was a Scorpio girl using one of the Zodiac girls from, oops, I just pulled off some of the ink, but that's alright, I'm going to cut this panel down. And I use this on the background. I put a stencil in the background and use this technique to get a sort of faded look. Now, this sponge, when it dries, it will be hard. It will be like crunchy. But that's okay, because what you can do with these sponges is just chop off the end. but even when it's crunchy, I've used these by just, once it's dry and it's crunchy, just squish it a bit and it makes it not quite so crunchy, and you can just use it again. So let me just wipe off. Oh, look at the shine on my, oh, you just don't even want to throw away the baby wipe. Oh, all the gorgeous shine. Now, let me show you what this version looks like. Big reveal, take that off, and let me show you up close. Look at that. Oh, look at my thumb. Look at that. Look at that shine. Oh my God. It's beaming. Oops, hair stuck in there, sorry. It's beaming at you. I just love this look. Absolutely love it. So now let me show you. I'll put my lid on my bottle of paper Glitz. I'm going to focus again, yeah. And I'll show you the card that I made. Again, here's one I prepared earlier. Here's the card I made with a panel that looked like that. So with this one, again, I've got a sentiment that has been cut out of cardstock that I've made shiny using that paper Glitz sparkle. So this is the Merry Christmas 7-inch Slimline word die, which I love. I have to point this out because I'm so proud of myself for doing that. See how I interlinked the Y and the H of the Merry and the Christmas. I was so impressed with myself when I did that, so I'm just showing off with that. And I'd cut down the panel, so this panel obviously is bigger than this. I cut it down using the Slimline die cutting system nested rectangles, which have stitched rectangles in them, so that worked really, really well. And then I decided that I needed something else, so I stamped this stag here from this. This is going to be one of my favourite Christmas sentiment stamps this year. It's called Joyeux Noël. Very, very useful because I have a French friend who always has to have that sentiment on her Christmas card. But I took this stag and I just stamped him in the Distress Oxide blueprint sketched, but I also heat embossed him in clear embossing. So that was that card. Alright, now let me show you how I made this cardstock, this shiny cardstock, using the paper Glitz. Okay, let me just organise my stuff over here. Oh, and I forgot to show you, when I was showing you the smaller card before, that one, which has the same cardstock that I'm just going to show you how I made, that used the Merry Christmas word topper die. So I could have actually stamped a little sentiment on there as well, but I decided not to with that card. Alright, so I might just cut down a piece. I might just do two smallish, about a third of a piece. I'm not worrying about the size of these because they are going to be cut down. I need a new blade in this paper trimmer. Oh my god. It was my birthday a couple of weeks ago, and my parents gave me money and I bought myself a new paper trimmer. I'm so excited, but it's a huge big one, so just for day to day I still keep the little one. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with this paper Glitz sparkle. Yes, Nicole, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the rainbow. So hold tight, I will get to the rainbow. Alright, so this is just so easy. So easy. Again, I'm just going to mix it up to get all of the shine, all of that mica mixed in, all of the beautiful stuff. Alright, and all I'm going to do is just plop it on the card and spread it out. It's like icing a cake. It's so satisfying. It's just so smooth and lovely. And I'm just going to add some more. You probably can't see very much of what I'm doing because of the white one, but I am going to do this with the colours, so hang tight. But now, the paper glitz, just like paper glaze, it does dry fairly quickly. So, like, I made a card yesterday with paper glaze, and I was able to just, yeah, over a stencil, I just cut it down and made it into a card within 15 minutes or so. Didn't take long to dry. However, with this, my plan is to actually die cut with this. And I want this to be bone dry. Absolutely bone dry before I die cut it. So this I'm going to pop aside, but before I do, I'll just show you the shine. Look at the shine. Oh, look at all that glitter. Oh, look at all that mica. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. I'm going to pop that aside and let it completely dry. But then once it is completely dry, then is when I would be able to die cut it and get this kind of look. Oh, not focusing again. Come on, focus. Are we focusing? Yep, good. Alright. So, this die cut, I actually popped up 4 different layers. That's a little tip from Nicole about using these word topper dies because the letters are so very thin. Sometimes when you glue them down, they can go a little bit off kilter. So layering them up so that you've got, I think I used 3 or 4, I can't remember. It makes it nice and sturdy. But this is not just shiny, it's really smooth. I was amazed at how smooth it feels. Anyway, so that was that one. But now I want to get to the rainbow. I know you've all been waiting for the rainbow. Alright, so let me just clean off my spatula. And let's get out the rainbow. So these have been sitting for a while. I did mix them up this morning, but they've already settled out. So I might actually just do 5 colours today. I might leave out the lime Christmas green. In the card that I'm going to show you, I used all 6 colours, but today I think I'll stick with these ones, just for time's sake, because I'm going to have to mix them all up. So here is True Christmas Red. I was saying to Deborah actually yesterday, Deborah who was here before, that I am so going to use this for holly berries on my Christmas cards. Just divine. Absolutely divine. So you can see that when it was settled out, all the glitter and mica was down the bottom, but the actual matrix that it's sitting in, the material that the glitter is floating in, is actually very highly pigmented. So yeah, a fan blowing on it might make it dry faster, but when I got up this morning it was 5 degrees Celsius, so no thank you. It's a bit cold. Yes, Kelly, that is press and seal over the pots, yes. So I just cut down little pieces of press and seal and yeah, just pop them down with the sticky side facing down so it'll seal on the top. Alright, so red's ready to go. I'm just going to plop that on, and again, just spreading it like I'm icing a cake. Now, I'm not too concerned about, oops, I want to get that off my sticker. There we go. I'm not concerned about the edges of the piece of cardstock because when this is dry, I will be die cutting it down. Alright, now, oops, I need a bit more there. Alright. Now I am going to try to overlap them a little bit. Notice every single time I'm going back to my baby wipe. This baby wipe's a little bit gone at this stage, so I'm going to get a new one. Because, yeah, you don't want it drying. Yes, Trisha, in summer I will need to use it super fast. Alright, so the orange is called Autumn Persimmon. So this release at Picket Fence that happened just a couple of days ago is really, really heavy with two themes, and those themes are Christmas and Halloween. So this colour in particular is awesome for Halloween. Alright. But I mean, any colour is good for Christmas, because I mean, this card that I'm making now, I would actually use as a Christmas card. I suppose you don't really need to use it as a Christmas card. I'll show you in a minute. It's another one of his one I prepared earlier. Oh, I've just realised I've done it in... Oh, no, I haven't. I thought I'd done it in the wrong order. God, can't even get my rainbow order correct. So you can overlap them a little bit. And as Nicole was saying, or typing, you can actually mix these. Same as with paper glazes, you can mix them to get different colours. Alright, so there's the orange. And the orange just, oh, it's just a beautiful, proper orange. Some oranges I'm not a fan of, like burnt oranges, but this one is just really vibrant. Alright, now the fall golds. Orange and yellow are my least favourite colours. Sorry, that's just the way. But this one, when you mix it up, it is the most beautiful. It's not really yellow gold. It's such a rich gold. And one of the cool things about it is just the different colours of glitters in there. It's amazing. All the different colours. There's greens in there. There's just ones that look almost blue in there. They're just, oh, just so beautiful. Alright, let's get this flattened out a bit. Alright. And I've just muddied up the edge. Let's just get that so it doesn't seal itself. As I said before, I do have difficulty with opening lids because my hands are not that strong. So yeah, anything that can help me open lids is a good thing. I'll just show you the lime, but as I said, I'm not going to use it. It's a really vibrant, bright lime colour, which is gorgeous. So that's called Lime Christmas Green. But then this one, which I am going to use with the red, so I'm absolutely going to use the True Christmas Red and the traditional Christmas Green together. I foresee one of my favourite things to use on Christmas cards is holly. I love, and also poinsettias. And I can see using these with both holly and with poinsettias. Just, oh, yum, yum. And this one's it's not showing up on my screen exactly the right colour, honestly. This green, on my screen, it's looking like a real forest green, but in real life, it's a lot more blue-green. I mean, it is a true green, don't get me wrong, but it's closer towards the blue end of green than the yellow end of green, if you get my meaning. The lime Christmas green is much closer to the yellow end of green. I don't know if I'm making sense. Anyway, so there's that beautiful green, beautiful, beautiful. And, alright, put wipe off my spatula. Do you call these spatula? I suppose it's really a palette knife, isn't it? Not a spatula. I really don't know what to call all those. And last but absolutely definitely not least is this blue, which is called Snowdrifts. This goes really, really well. The colour goes really, really well with the Icicles sequin mix, which I used quite a lot. Let me just, hold on. Let me show you the Icicles. Where is it? Here it is. There we go. There's the Icicles sequin mix, so you can see how well they go together. Beautiful. So they match really well. Yeah, Letitia, I know the mixing is, it's kind of like, what do they call it? It's like ASMR, except ASMR is for sound. But it's satisfying in the same way that ASMR is satisfying. Just watching it being stirred up. Alright. So, now, as I said, I made a Christmas card with a panel just like this. And I used it as the background, but I might actually try something different with this one when it's dry. I won't be doing it today because I thought I might actually die cut it with one of the long word dies and see what it looks like. Alright, just cleaning off. I need a new baby wipe to clean off my palette knife, spatula, whatever I want to call it. Alright, so that is pretty much done, and just, I mean, it's got the shine because it's still wet, but the glitter comes out, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's dry. Oh, look at that blue. Look at that blue. So I'm going to pop that aside to dry, and I'm going to wipe up. You can see already that red has started to dry and the orange has started to dry a lot more than the green and the blue had. So that's why you want to clean up as you go with these. But I'm using a non-stick surface here. Alright, so that's that. Now here's one I prepared earlier. I can just put all my lids on so they shouldn't be drying out because I've put the press and seal, but I want to make sure the lids are on nice and firmly. Alright, wait until you see here's one I prepared earlier, and here it is. Okay, so with this one, I paired up my glittery background, which I'll show. Look at that shine. Look at that shine. I paired it up with these nesting dolls, which I can't see very well because I don't have something white behind them. Let me fix that. Oops, there we go. There you can see the nesting dolls a little bit better. This is one of those seamless dies that Picket Fence does so well. So you can stamp this and then move it off to the side and stamp it again here, and it will line up side to side. And you can keep on doing that, but it'll also line up top to bottom as well. So you can make a huge big background with these seamless dies and make it as big as or as small as you like. But with this one, Nicole also brought out dies, so you can just cut out a single little nesting doll, and that's what I did here. I also used the holiday gift tags, so I just did that in white. So you would have seen, hopefully you would have seen Karen's video the other day where she made some shaker tags with these little holiday gift tag dies, and they were just stunning. I also used some black pigment ink and embossed it to get the twine bows on top of that. But let me just get up close and personal and show you the glitter. Oh, look at that. Look at that shine. Ah, and you can see I've got the lime green in there as well. on this one that I prepared earlier. And oh, just look at those colours and the shine. It's just, amazing shine in this product. All right. Yes, you do hear me singing from the heavens. Yes, you do. Oh! Yeah, and the bow stamps are gorgeous, aren't they? Yes, it is absolutely swoon-worthy. Now, I'm fairly sure that I missed lots and lots of comments along the way. So if anybody's got any questions for me before we finish up, now is the time, or forever hold your peace. No, you don't have to forever hold your peace. Make sure you do get a comment in there. If you've been watching all this time and just been quiet and haven't put a comment, make sure you put a comment, because one lovely commenter is going to win a $50 voucher to spend at Picket Fence Studios. So you don't want to miss out on your chance to do that. Okay, so yeah, Kelly, I do know your address. All right. Yeah, you're right. The lime green does give a nice transition between the gold and the darker green. Yeah, I just cut it out today just for time's sake, just to speed up the process. But I couldn't leave out any other colours because I needed a rainbow, because of course you need a rainbow. All right, so thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Anybody got any more comments or questions for me? You can always leave them after the video is finished. But yeah, make sure you come back same time, same place tomorrow, and there will be a video tomorrow as well from, I can't remember who it's from. Is it Erica or is it Sandy? It's either Erica or Sandy tomorrow. So either way, you're going to get an amazing video from one of those two ladies. Is a salmon or coral colour glitz available? Not at the moment, but you could actually try mixing a little bit of the red and maybe a little bit of the gold and a little bit of the sparkle, the white one, and yeah, see if you can actually make your own colour. That's the great thing about the paper glitzes and the paper glazes, is you can actually mix them together and make your own colours. No, nothing rubs off at all. This glitter, I mean, I've got glitter all over my hands because I've been working on it, but this glitter does not rub off at all. Stays completely put. Yeah, I mean, I'm not showing it very well because I do have paper glaze all over my fingers, but yeah. Will there be a purple one day? That's a question for Nicole, but I'm sure that she has some more colours up her sleeve coming our way sometime soon. But yeah, I don't know the answer to that one. Yes, Terry, you need some glitz. You need some glitz. Yeah, you can even scratch it with a nail. You can see I'm scratching with my nail. It is not coming off. Not even a mark. There. So, and you can hear how hard I am scratching. It is absolutely not budging. So it's fabulous stuff. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you everybody for putting up with my messy hands and my glitches at the beginning of this video and not getting on until 9 minutes late because Facebook. We all know that Facebook does weird things, but I think I'll leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching, and come back tomorrow to see another video. We're right in the middle of our 7 in 7 series, so keep on watching. Thank you, everybody. Bye.